With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Good evening and welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, Swift Motorsports heads cross country down south to Homestead Miami Speedway for the Ocean Breeze 116. Let's see who can conquer this track here tonight. Very different from where some of these drivers were running the past few nights out at Las Vegas Motor Speedway in the Airs iRacing Paints Cannon Series, as well as the Performance Motorsports Truck Series. And tonight, these drivers will head off here to Miami Homestead Speedway for the RIGS Custom Computers Ocean Breeze, a 116 final few moments rolling off on happy hour. We'll throw up a little bit of the track information for you. Very similar layout to the one these drivers ran last week. Auto Club Speedway. That's right. I thought I was at Michigan all night long after two great races at Michigan, so I wanted to stay there, but these drivers were off at Auto Club Speedway. Last week's race winner, Nick Hunt, looking to do what he did last year, and that's start off this year with a race win. We'll have to wait and see if he can get that job done out here tonight. Track pretty cool out there, just 84 degrees, 79 degrees. Nice little cool ocean breeze rolling off the Atlantic right now, cooling down the drivers, cooling down the track. How you doing? How you feeling, race fans? As always, I am Darkside Dave in the cave, bringing you all the calls from the track side here tonight as the checkered flag flies on happy hour. Drivers going to get set and ready to go. Qualifying here, just a quick 5-minute qualifying session, so we'll see who jumps out there first. Looks like Lee Staples, one of the first drivers out there on track on his qualifying attempt. Off turn number 4, back across the line, gonna begin his first time lap. Let's see where he can shake out after this next lap. Lee Staples in that 5 machine looking pretty quick here, hugging that bottom line, coming through 1 and 2. We'll have to see how that shakes out for him. Multiple other drivers also out there on track, so we'll begin to throw up that qualifying information for you just as these drivers begin to cross that stripe. Staples makes his way back off of turn 4, crossing the line. Where's he gonna slot in? Goes top of the speed charts right now. We'll see if he can keep it up there at the top. We're back now with Mike Franklin as he's up on his time lap. Driver of that 32 machine looking pretty quick himself, slotting in the 2nd spot right here. Lee Staples back to the 3rd spot. Andrew Mraz right there, top of the speed charts right now. Quick time, 33:08 for Mraz and his Ford Mustang. Back off of turn number 4 for the final time. Where will Franklin slot home? Crosses the line, jumps to the 9th spot. Not going to be good enough to knock off John Wimbish, who has taken that top spot away from Andrew Mraz. Justin Gain also with a scorcher there for his first time lap. We'll see who else is out there. Looks like Nigel Christensen in the 20 machine out there on track now. Everybody looks like they're hunting that bottom lane here early. Homestead Miami Speedway for the Ocean Breeze 116, halfway through this qualifying session already, and we have got 21 drivers on the speed chart. Where can Christensen slot home? 2nd time lap here, working his way back off of turn number 4, back down this long front straightaway, gonna cross the line right there. Jumps up through the speed charts, but only good enough for 11th. Let's see who else is out there. Tommy Haynes out there on his qualifying attempt as well. Driver from Virginia trying to cross the line and go to the top of the speed charts. Let's see where he shakes out. First time lap, 18th on the board. Nobody with anything for John Wimbish up there at the top. Quick time for Wimbish, 32:98, just 100th faster than Jim Ott, sitting right there with a 32:99, so very close racing up there at the front. Back off of turn number 4, Haynes hangs it to the high side. Got to be careful not to scrape the wall there. Can he improve his time? Yes, he does. Good enough for 9th. as we have the final 60 seconds rolling off here in qualifying. Looks like all the drivers have put in their qualifying attempts. So John Wimbish going to walk away with the bonus points here tonight, going to walk away with the pole position. And with that being said, race fans, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break. Head down trackside for the national anthem. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Back trackside as back trackside as some of the drivers begin to hit the starting grid here tonight for the Ocean Breeze 116. Do want to take a moment, ask a favor of all you great fans out there on the YouTube side of things, Facebook side of things, as well as Twitch. We do appreciate you joining us here tonight, as we always do. But I'd like to ask if you would join us in a moment of silence honoring a great woman that has passed away recently, one of the mothers of the admins here in Swift Motorsports. Just want to keep in mind that if there's anything you need out there, just reach out to one of us here at Turn 3 Racing Network, and at a time like this, we will be more than willing to do all that we can. Our thoughts, prayers, condolences go out to you and your entire family as you work through this tough, hard, and complicated time. Please join us in a moment of silence celebrating the life of Stacey Wells. And gone too soon, but never forgotten. We appreciate and thank you all for joining us in that moment of silence, recognizing and celebrating the life of Stacey Wells. Drivers slowly continuing to reach the starting grid. We've got a few engines fired up out there on this starting grid. Looks like we're getting ready to start things up. Looks like most of the drivers have got to their starting positions. Still waiting for a few to get through tech. You know how those pit road police can be, making sure all the cars, parts, and pieces are legal. So multiple drivers still waiting to get through tech. And with that being said, we'll still get ready to throw down your starting lineup for tonight's Ocean Breeze 116. Bells ringing in the background. You know what time it is, race fans. It's time to go green flag racing once again here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Your starting lineup for tonight's Ocean Breeze 116, presented to you by RIGS Custom Computers. Starting inside row number 1, pole position, quick time 32.979 for the 56 of John Wimbish. Starting just to his outside, the fast 4 of Jim Ott, row number 2. The 28 of John Furness, in the 00 of Nick Hunt. Row number 3 here tonight as the pace car has a little bit of troubles there. Starting inside row number 5, the 30 of Justin Gang, just to his outside, the 51 of Michael Mueller. Andrew Mraz going to slot his 25 in the 7th spot. Andreas Ruiz going into the 8th position. Starting inside row number 5, the 44 of Jason Ayerson, just to his outside, rounding out your top 10, the 17 of Tommy Haynes. Row number 6, the 02 of David Camara, and the 5 of Lee Staples. Row number 7, the 20 of Nigel Christensen, and the 14 of Brandon Fries. Row number 8, the 79 of Matthew Highmore, and the 24 of Gary Wells. Mike Franklin and Casey Duncan gonna make up row number 9. Row 10 here tonight, Terry Kahn and David Cameron round out your top 20. Edward Bray and Stephen Ayers making up row number 11 as the drivers get ready to fire it off for the first time. Green flag flies here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Side-by-side battle at the front for the race lead already as Jim Ott looks to make that high side work. Big push on the start from Furness on the back of Wimbish as Wimbish makes his way off of turn 2, 2 and 3 wide through the field. Back for the 4th, 5th, 6th position on track as Wimbish begins to gap the field just a little bit. 3-car race advantage for Wimbish back off of turn number 4. Drivers still side by side, slide jobbing very early here tonight. You've seen multiple drivers kind of slide that nose right up in front of the car, right behind them. We'll keep our eye on all that all race along here tonight in the Ocean Breeze 116. Oh, looks like we may have a driver with some trouble back here through the field, trying to catch him, trying to find him. Looks like Andrew Ruiz, there he is, very slow on the track, but 3 wide battling right here. Jonathan Cogwell, Casey Duncan, Edward Bray, all right here packed up. That's for about 17th all the way back to 19th position right there. Back of the field, but still mixing it up. There you can see that City Chevrolet trying to make his way up through the pack. That is the 33 of Terry Kahn looking to the inside, following Michael Franklin just in front of him, trying to make up some more ground as the field at the front begins to get single file. Behind your pole sitter, race leader, the 56 of John Wimbish, 2, 3 wide once again heading into turn number 1, and somehow that 24 skated to the bottom and made the pass work. That was a bold and gutsy move, but got the job done nonetheless. We'll head back up front with the battle for the 3rd position as Jim Ott now gets taken to school, pushed up just a little bit, but this progressive banking here at Homestead Miami Speedway will let you run up the hill. Run up the hill a little bit, lean on the track, and still be able to cut the exit the way that you need to. Progressive banking just allows a little more mechanical grip as you go up the track. Great. I think it's a great invention. Anyways, race leader at the front. There you see him, the 56 of John Wimbish, looking to repeat a podium finish from the first race of the season, and that Cheerwine Ford Mustang is looking pretty delicious out there right now, running with about a 10-car advantage as they work their way off of turn number 2 back down the back stretch, working a lap number 6. Gonna go back a little bit further through the field for that 5th and final top 5 position. Tommy Haynes sitting right there with control of that right now, but he has got Nick Hunt, Jason Ayerson, as well as David Camara right there, right nipping on his heels, close to closing it in on that rear deck lid. Side by side battle as Camara looks to the inside of Ayerson. Not going to be there just yet. Now going to work that bottom through 3 and 4, hugging the white line. His best friend right now trying to make the run off of turn number 4. Can he lay the power down as they work down the front stretch? Still a drag race back into turn number 1. Still not able to make the pass just yet. Camara finally getting a nose forward and working that bottom lane off of turn number 2, sliding up the track and right in front of that 44 of Jason Ayerson. He's going to fall back to the 8th spot. Brandon Fries just behind them in that 14 machine. You can see him slowly closing in. I believe that's the 2 on the side of his car, but timing and scoring does list him as the 14 machine. We'll have to get that all sorted out next week, maybe get the right wrap on that car, but nonetheless, we're going to continue soldiering on. These guys right here still battling. Justin Gain right behind him, riding in that number 30 Toyota Supra. Supra making a comeback. That's going to be lovely. It was lovely, I should say. But, man, what a way for NASCAR to kind of bring a new car in. COVID hits, that kind of derails a lot of things, but you know what it didn't derail? It did not derail iRacing.com. If you've ever wanted to get out on track, mix it up with some of the stars, maybe even have your shot here at Swift Motorsports in the RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series, head on over to iRacing.com. Small battles throughout the field, still nose to tail. Most of these drivers just a few tenths off of the driver in front of them. And it looks like the majority of the field will look back at this long train of cars, as well as the 18 now drops to the bottom, looks to the inside. Can Duncan make the pass work? Still trying to make it work on that bottom side. Now finally completes the pass halfway down the backstretch. The 27 of Jonathan Cogwell looks for a way back around. Not going to be able to do so. He'll slot in that 13th spot. These drivers are somewhere right around the 6 seconds back from your race leader. John Wimbish has set a very, very fast pace early here tonight, working lap number 12 out of the 116 scheduled in tonight's official race distance off of turn number 2. Once again, still this very long train of cars. Duncan, Cogswell, Christensen, Ayers, Kahn, as well as Franklin, all right here packed up with each other. Then we've got another small pack back behind them. Matthew Highmore, David Cameron, as well as Andrew Mraz. Mraz having a little bit of trouble on the start of tonight's race and has dropped 14 positions from where he started, back in the 21st position. While all this racing's going on in the back, we're going to check back in at the front of the field with your race leaders as they work their way back off of turn number 4. We'll head up to one of the turn 3 drone cams here at Miami Homestead Speedway. Heck of a job by all the guys and gals back at the shop, back at the turn 3 racing headquarters. All the great camera work here done by Turn 3 Racing Network. Heck of a job behind the scenes, tweaking, turning, twisting, getting it all worked out. Heck of a job by everybody back home. Drivers continue green flag racing here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway. Your race leader, John Wimbish, enjoys a 0.3 of a second race advantage over John Furness, who is right there closing the distance, trying to get to that rear bumper, just not able to do so just yet. Wimbish now off of turn number 2, back down the back stretch as we continue this green flag run. Green from the start of tonight's race. Will we see a clean and green run once again? Last week at Auto Club Speedway, we only had one solo uno numero caution. Will these drivers repeat that, or will we see this thing go green all the way through? Gonna be a handful of green flag pit stops here tonight. I can already assure you that. Looks like we've got drivers breaking away from the field. John Furness has lost. Jim Otten has closed the distance on Wimbish. Has he burnt the tires? Trying to get out there to a great race advantage. That may be coming back to haunt him now as they work their way off of turn number 4, back down the front stretch. Wimbish has now got somebody breathing down his neck. Can the pressure get to Wimbish? Both of these drivers with solid runs in the first race of season number 2 here in Swift Motorsports. RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series live on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Last week, Wimbish slotting home in second. Furness with a solid top 10 run as well. Last time we were on the track last year, 2020, was the first race in season number 2. We're back here after the holiday break. Who can put it in victory lane for the first time in 2020 in the RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series? John Wimbish trying to steal the pole, lead the most laps, and walk away with the race win. Already all 19 laps belonging to the 56-year race leader, John Wimbish, trying to keep John Furness just behind them, already beginning to work their way into some back markers. Looks like that may be Steven Ayers going down a lap. Steven struggling very early here tonight, still running that high side, and there you can see a lot of damage on that 62 machine. Not sure how it happened, but that 62, he has had some trouble. Nigel Christensen also with some trouble here tonight. Christensen already back behind the wall for a very extended period. Looks like that car is going to be back behind pit wall for quite an extensive stay, so we'll rejoin the race back at the front of the field with your race leaders battling for the spots. John Wimbish now opening that gap back up over John Furness. Furness had it down right at about 1/10 of a second a handful of laps ago, then working their way around the lap traffic. Wimbish was able to scoot away just a little bit as now the gap diminishes once again, and Furness closes back in. 2 seconds behind this two-car battle for the top spot. You can find Jim Ott running with Michael Mueller. Oh, and contact! The 62 and the 4 get together. The 62 collects the 4, and around they go. Gonna have to see if we can cue that up. There we see, got a thumbs up. Let's look at that one more time. And there you seen the contact. We'll look at it one more time. Let's see if we can't switch it over to the blimp cam this time. We'll go back here. And it looks like catching it late, so we'll hit it one more time. What do you say? There you go. Contact with the outside wall, slight contact, and that got Stephen Ayers a little bit out of shape and down into the side of the 4 and around. Jim Ott goes. Back live at the front of the field, John Wimbish continues to lead the race. Everybody slowing down, getting caught back up behind this Ford Mustang pace car. There you see the drivers all making a break for pit road, looking down through the speed charts. Looks like everybody coming down. Nobody willing to risk it here this early tonight. First caution flag coming out at lap number 22. With that being said, race fans, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Field makes its way to the front stretch. Green flag flies once again here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Everybody gets away. Looks like a good, clean restart There you see side by side battling back a little bit through the field, back around that 10th spot, and John Wimbish has set sail once again, but Furnace not letting him get away. 2-car breakaway at the front. Your top 2 before the first caution here tonight, still running as your top 2. Drivers continuing to try to put down some fast laps. Nobody having anything for Wimbish right now, continuing to control. The field has led all 26 laps that have been completed as we work our way back down the backstretch. Lap number 27 out of the 116 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. We'll jump back around this 5th position because look at this battle going on. Tommy Haynes, Michael Mueller, as well as Justin Gain. And Gain almost sideways there, coming down the front stretch back into turn number 1. 2 wide racing through the center of 1 and 2, all the way up at the top of the track is Fries. Can Gain make any ground up on that inside lane as he's got David Camara as well as Jason Ayerson right there behind him, looking to take a spot away from him as well. More battling going on back here through the field. Gary Wells looking to the inside of Casey Duncan, not able to do so just yet. Right behind them, the 27 of Jonathan Cogwell. As that time by, Tommy Haynes goes top of the speed chart, and we've got some drivers with some damage back through the field. Sounded like somebody hit that wall pretty hard. We'll go back here. Looks like Brian Jablowski with a little bit of issues, slow on the track for just a brief moment. He gets that machine corrected, heading in the right direction. 7 machine scored as the last car on the lead lap, running in the 22nd position. We'll jump back up front with your race leaders, trying to check in on them, make sure everything's still sorted out. The top 2 still breaking away, but Tommy Haynes fast the last 2 laps, and he is beginning to close the distance right now, 8/10 off of your race leader, but slowly clicking the tenths and hundredths off, trying to close that gap, close that distance. We'll jump back just behind your top 5 as we've got drivers nose to tail, side by side. Nick Hunt and Jason Ayerson work their way through 1 and 2. Ayerson loses the spot as Hunt is going to make that pass and set his sights in on David Camara just in front of him. Driver in that 0-2 working his way off of turn number 4, looking to the inside, not going to do it, going to stay tucked in line just behind Justin Gain. Gain with a good run so far here. 30 machine sitting pretty inside your top 10, knocking on the door of a top 5. Gain runs in that 6th position. Nothing really changing at the front. Wimbish stepping away from Furnace just a little bit now. 6/10 of a second as Haynes has closed the gap, closed the distance to Furnace. That's going to be a battle for 2nd and 3rd on the track. And we're going to go back up high above with another one of our drone cam shots here. Get you a little bit of a bird's eye view, looking down at the great racing action here at Miami Homestead Speedway. Casey Duncan, he's battling right here with Ayerson. Ayerson losing a little bit of ground right now. Dropped a spot or 2 now, back into running in the 9th spot where he started tonight's race from the starting grid. And Ayerson not heading in the right direction right now. More drivers beginning to close the distance, close the gap on him. So look for this to be a very close battle here in the next coming laps. There you see Ayerson goes back to the top of the speedway, and Duncan closes all the way through the corner. Back up front once again as this battle continues to rage on for the 2nd position. The 17 of Tommy Haynes. He is right there. He is trying to close that gap. And I tell you what, race fans, why don't we go down on board with one of our onboard camera shots, go down with that 17 of Tommy Haynes. Gyro cam on board right here with that 17 of Tommy Haynes as he continues to follow John Furness around the track, trying to get all he can, trying to make up all the spots that he can at one time and not able to get any more out of this. With Toyota Supra right now, Haynes continues to try to take a spot away from your top two runners, John Wimbish and John Furness, just in front of Tommy Haynes. Do want to thank everybody back at that 17 shop allowing us to put that camera in the car here tonight so we could get you some great racing action. We got more battles going on here side by side right now. Gann looks to the inside of Fries, and Gann, one of those drivers with one of our cockpit cameras. So we'll go down here on board, take a look at Gann as he makes his way around the track, makes the pass, and put him into the top 5. And as we slowly watch this timing and scoring, you can see up at the front of the field, Wimbish losing a little bit of ground now to Gann, as well as the rest of the field, because Furness, he has closed that distance now down to 0.4 of a second, but he has stepped away from Tommy Haynes. There you see Haynes, Furness on track, another onboard camera here, runner in the second spot, the 28 of John Furness. He is closing the distance, and he's going to be there in the next handful of laps. I can guarantee you that, back outside of the car. You can see that distance slowly close through to the center, and a big run off of turn number 2 here. Furness is going to be right there on the rear deck lid as they enter turn 3. Just 2 cars separate your top 2 drivers on track. Will we see a pass for the race lead? John Wimbish continues to lead the entire race here after walking away with the pole position in tonight's Ocean Breeze 116, presented to you by RIGS Custom Computers and the Swift Motorsports. Caution flag flies once again. Here tonight, we'll take a look around the track, see if we see anything going on, and it looks like Gary Wells and more caught up in this one. We'll go back, see what happened. Oh, 3 wide, and that never works out. Looks like Gary Wells, Nick Hunt involved in this one. We'll take another look at this. There you see a hard impact for Nick Hunt. And that 00 looks like, I believe that was the 18 involved as well. 24 caught up in that mess. Oh my goodness. We'll rejoin the race back at the front with your race leader, John Wimbish, as he brings his 56 Cheerwine Ford Mustang to a crawl. Field gonna catch up right there to the rear bumpers. Anybody gonna stay out? Anybody willing to risk it early in the race? 41 laps in to tonight's 116 lap event here at Homestead Miami Speedway. And look at this bump drafting at 45 miles an hour down pit road. Your top 2 still racing even under caution. Both of them into their pit box. Looks like everybody gonna have a pretty smooth pit stop, so we're gonna break away for just a small, brief commercial break, pay a few bills, then we'll be right back trackside for all your green flag action here in the Ocean Breeze and backtrack side as promised as the field makes their way around turns 1 and 2. Field gonna begin to get double file this time around. Ford Mustang pace car lights should be going out once again, and we will get set to fire things off here at Homestead Miami Speedway in the Ocean Breeze 116 for Swift Motorsports. We want to thank each and every one of the sponsors here in the RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series, RB RIGS Custom Computers, Hyperdrive Racing, as well as Ayers iRacing Paints, Performance Motorsports, as well as Butt Kicker. Can't forget the guys and girls back at Turn 3 Racing Network that work hard each and every weekend, as well as each and every one of you race fans joining us out there tonight. Thank you each and every time you tune in here, whether you're the fan, friend, or family. We appreciate each and every time you tune in, and if you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the headquarters. We appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you tune in. Sun begins the set as the Ford Mustang pace car, excuse me, headlights come on, pace lights go out. Field double file as they head back into turn number 3. John Wimbish will have control over the field for this latest restart. Just to his outside, John Furness, Michael Mueller, and Tommy Haynes make up row number 2. Justin Gann and KC Duncan, row number 3. Pace car ready to make that left-hand turn once again. There it goes. And green flag flies as Wimbish hits the loud pedal. Few drivers look a little squirrely on that acceleration there, and Furness with a good jump. Good run on the restart. He's going to have the high side, not going to prevail. Looking for a crossover now as they work off of turn number 2. Not going to be there. He'll slot into that second spot just behind them. Michael Mueller, he's trying to make up some ground, make up some distance. He is up 3 positions from where he started tonight's race. Back in the 6th spot now, running in 3rd. Tommy Haynes sitting just behind him. And oh, driver sideways. KC Duncan, what a save. That 18 machine, oh my, what a save that time by. A little bit of damage on that car from the previous caution, but somehow, some way, he saved the car, kept it heading in the right direction. We'll jump back up front with the battle for the race lead because we've got 3rd and 4th place, Michael Mueller and Tommy Haynes. They are closing in on your top 2 very fast. More drivers battling through the back. Ayrson trying to keep Terry Kahn behind him. Andrew Mraz, what a great recovery. Mraz was back outside of the top 20 before that last caution, now sitting just outside of your top 10. Top 4 drivers able to scoot away from Justin Gann. Gann running in that 5th position, but not able to close the gap right now as we continue. Green flag racing after the drop of the restart flag. Second caution coming out right around lap number 38. We are working lap 41. Or drivers hitting pit road on lap 41 7 laps ago as we work our way back through 3 and 4 on lap number 48. Closing in on the halfway point as Furness losing touch just a little bit with Wimbish, falling right back into the clutches of Michael Mueller, who is right there. And here comes Haynes. Haynes looking to the inside, not gonna make the move just yet. Through the center, good run on the bottom. He's gonna be side by side when they hit the backstretch. There you see it. There's the run. Inside lane moving forward. 17 of Haynes going to take that spot away. The 51 of Mueller going to let him have it. Drop to the bottom. Look. to stay in line, stay in tow. These top 4 drivers have stepped away from Justin Gann just a little bit, as Gann has got Brian Fries right behind him in his 82 machine, in his 2 machine, in the 82 of Mike Franklin just behind them. Jonathan Cogwell as well as Jason Ayerson and Terry Kahn round out your top 10. Drivers still side by side towards the front of this racetrack. Brandon Fries trying to close the gap to Gann, not able to do so just yet. I tell you what, race fans, gonna jump back here for this battle for the 12th spot, because Terry Kahn, Andrew Mraz, and Lee Staples all lined up here pretty much nose to tail, making their way through turns 3 and 4. Now back to the front stretch. Wimbish, there you see him, and that 56 cheer wine machine up at the front, still leading tonight's race as Staples brings his 5 to that white lane, looking for a way around Mraz, but Mraz is going to close the door through the center of 1 and 2. He'll lead them back down the backstretch. Jumping around the track just a little bit, we've got a battle right here. Brian Jablowski trying to take a spot away, and looks like we've got a driver slow. One driver slowed down there on the apron. I believe that very well may have been Bob Deuce right there, and that also in the 2 machine. Bob Deuce, he's had a little bit of contact with that outside wall. And a little bit off pace right now. Looks like David Camara gonna close the gap, close the distance. He should be able to make his way by him, no problems at all. Back up front, battle for that second position on track. And race fans, this is what we've seen the past few restarts. John Wimbish able to step away from the field once they get to racing with each other. Will Haynes and Furness line back up and try to run back down your race leader? We'll have to wait and see. The racer inside of you, sometimes it's just hard to fall in line. Sometimes it's hard to take it easy. And looking to put that 17 machine up and back into that second position. Tommy Haynes continues to hound John Furness. Just behind them, Michael Mueller. He's got Justin Gann in tow. Brandon Fries right there as well. Mike Franklin, Jason Ayerson running in the 8th spot. 9th goes to Jonathan Cogwell, and Terry Kahn rounds out your top 10. Gonna throw the side graphic up for you. You can follow along with the gaps just as we do here in the Turn 3 Racing Network booth. And there you can see all the close battles on the track. I mean, we've got 2nd, 3rd, 4th right there, all kind of grouped up with each other. If they're not careful, Justin Gann in his 30 machine gonna be right there in a moment. More battles back through the field. Kahn, Staples, Duncan all over each other, as well as Bray and Highmore. We'll jump back a little bit further from there, and David Cameron, he's making up some ground on Brian Jablowski. So we've got 5, 6 different battles on track right now between 3 or 4 different packs of cars. Here you can see one of those battles going on. The 5 of Lee Staples trying to keep Terry Kahn behind him. And moves to the inside now, 2, almost 3 wide there for a brief moment. As Cogwell goes to the rear, drivers making their way around him. The 25 of Mraz, Lee Staples, they both get by. Casey Duncan right there trying to make up some ground as well. 3 wide once again through turns 3 and 4. They're going to sort it out before they get to the exit. My goodness, that 33 machine of Terry Khan, he was in quite a bad spot there for multiple laps as Mraz now moves into the top 10. Put the 5 of Lee Staples into the mix as well. Up here leading this 5-car train, running right at about 6 seconds behind your race leader. They have got some ground to make up as we have reached just past the halfway point here in tonight's Ocean Breeze 116 in the RB Riggs Custom Computers Xfinity Series. Gaps beginning to develop at the front of the field. Justin Gain, his gap beginning to close behind him. Michael Mueller right there now running in the 5th spot. Gain took that 4th place away from him just about 2 laps ago. So Gain trying all he can to get that 30 machine up there into a podium position. He's got about another half a second to go before he'll get to the back of Tommy Haynes. And we haven't seen green flag pit cycles yet here tonight, race fans, and we work ourselves now 20 laps into this green flag run. How much longer will these drivers be able to keep these RB Riggs Custom Computers Xfinity Series machines out there on track? Fuel window right around the 27 laps or so. So these drivers beginning to get right on that threshold of when they're going to need fuel. Not sure if they're going to need tire. The tire wear here seems like it may be pretty minimal here tonight with some great weather. As always here in sunny Homestead, Miami. A great night to be at the track, that is for sure. Weather great for racing. We'll remind you what it's like out here tonight. There you can see it's 78 degrees. Nice cool wind off of the Atlantic Ocean. Cooling off the track as well. Only 82 degrees on the track. So a lot of grip. A lot of grip out there on this very fast, long. I want to call it almost a mirror image of Auto Club or an enlarged maybe Milwaukee Mile. Slight character difference in characteristics between all 3 of the tracks, but very similar layouts. As we continue this long green flag run, field makes its way back across the stripe to begin lap number 64 out of 116 scheduled in the official race distance. Gann has been able to make his way by Haynes, now up into that 3rd spot, and look at this 2-3 wide battle back behind them. That's a battle for a top 5 position as they've got Fries, Mueller, Franklin all right here battling with each other. Still a 3-car battle right here, right in front of Jason Ayerson, as Ayerson just kind of watches this thing unfold. Way up the track goes Mueller. Now looking to the bottom goes Ayerson, trying to get his 44 to cut through the corner, hugging that white lane through the center. The 51 losing a little bit of ground now. Michael Mueller with some trouble. He is running that high lane, and I'm not sure if he's out of the throttle or trying to save gas or tires, but he's the first driver to go up to that Kyle Larson line, run that high line, that good old high, wide, and handsome. Harry Gant made it famous back in the day. Kyle Larson bringing sexy back, running that high lane, and now Michael Mueller looking to do so as well. Meanwhile, back at the front, look at this battle for the race lead. Side by side through 3 and 4. Furness and Wimbish continue to battle. Wimbish on that outside. Furness looking to make the pass down the backstretch on the inside into turn number 3. And for the first time tonight, new race leader. John Furness going to take control of the race, work his way off of turn number 4, try to keep Wimbish behind him at the line. And yes, race fans, it's a new official race leader leading that lap. John Furness looks to step away now from John Wimbish. The 56 had a pretty good advantage there. That was slowly taken away from him in just lap after lap. That 28 crew worked over the 56 and was finally able to make that pass, and they have set sail on Justin Gann back there running in the 3rd position. 2.3 seconds back behind your race leader. Now make that 2.7 seconds behind as Furness begins to step away from that 56. Gonna go back on the track for another battle. Here you can see Jason Ayerson. He's got Mike Franklin right behind him. 82 looking sporty. That Ford Mustang Black Rifle coffee machine has wound up and heading towards the front, knocking on the door of a top 5 here tonight. Lap number 70 on the board out of the 116 scheduled in the official race distance. We have got ourselves a new race leader for the first time. 3 laps ago, John Furness was able to take the lead away from your pole sitter and dominating driver so far here tonight, John Wimbish, and Justin Gann to pit road. Gann brings it to pit road, Fries to pit road, Duncan to pit road. 3 cars to pit road that time by. Will this begin that green flag cycle of pit stops? Who else is going to come down pit road? We'll have to wait and see how it all shakes out. Going to look back up at the front of the field because here comes Ayerson on the back of Haynes. And Haynes, he's kind of fallen from grace right now at this point in time as John Wimbish, he sees what's going on. He heads to pit road. Furness going to stay out on track. Haynes, Ayerson, they continue to battle out on the track. Mike Franklin, Michael Mueller also staying out on track. The 5 of Lee Staples not coming to pit road this time by. Very lonely pit road for the driver that sat on the pole position here tonight. John Wimbish all alone on the pit road that time by. Will any more of these drivers hit pit road this time by? We'll continue to keep our eye on it. Nope. Your top 4 gonna stay out there on track, and Justin Gann right there, right behind this front pack that is still yet to pit, and Gann down there on the bottom hunting, digging, and eating them up right now. Mueller, Mraz, as well as David Cameron all bring their machines to pit road that last time by. But Furness, he continues to stay out on track. Furness way up here. 6.6 second advantage for him as they run right now. Drivers under their first set of green flag pit stops that they have had tonight. And it looks like the pit road police have been pretty kind here tonight. Nobody getting caught for speeding on pit road as of yet, as more drivers continue their green flag pit stops. Bob Deuce as well as Matthew Highmore, both of those drivers in and out of pit road. Jason Ayerson brings his 44 machine to pit road that time by. Waiting to see how long, and caution flag comes out. Oh my goodness, the 4 of Jim Ott. What happened here? He's sideways on the track. Oh man, we'll see what happened here. Oh, and just, that's a tough, that's hard impact right there for Andrew Mraz. Mraz with some contact there after the 4 got loose. Looked like the 4 got loose and up into. Ugh, man, that's a tough lick there on that passenger side, and then it looked like Mraz finished it off with some more contact with that inside wall, and Mraz was loose too, and down into the side of the 4. That's what it was. Mraz getting a little loose, trying to save it, and then more impact with that right rear quarter, and that is not where you want the damage here at this very fast, progressively banked track, Homestead Miami Speedway. So with that being said, once again, race fans will rejoin the front of the field back live as Furness brings his machine to pit road. Tommy Haynes as well as Mike Franklin, they all come to pit road. Lee Staples, Jonathan Cogswell, Edward Bray also coming to pit road. And with that caution flag coming out right through the center, midway, if you will, of the green flag pit cycle, that has shaken up the field for sure. We're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, then come back with some house cleaning and run down your starting order for this latest restart as we find ourselves under caution for the 3rd time here tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
Wave around cars going by the pace car field will get a double file as they get the one to go that time by the line, leading the race to this restart after stretching the green flag run. Gamble paying off for John Furness. He'll take control of the race lead. Tommy Haynes going to be just beside him. Mike Franklin, Jonathan Cogswell, Edward Bray, Jim Ott, Lee Staples, Jason Ayerson, John Wimbish, and Justin Gann round out your top 10. Ken Wimbish make his way back up through the field. How will that car handle in the dirty air? Not having to be in dirty air all night long. Your pole sitter walking away with the most laps led as well. Wimbish has got a tall task at hand as that Ford Mustang pace car ducks off. We're ready to go back. Green flag racing once again, and green flag flies as Furnace nails the gas, gets off to a big jump on the restart. He's going to get around Haynes without any problems. Now Haynes looking to use a little bit of draft, a little bit of a push coming off of turn number 2. Here he comes, closing that distance right back down to 0.2 of a second. Mike Franklin 0.2 back as well. Jonathan Cogswell right there running in that 4th position. Good solid restart for Cogswell. Jim Ott, after contact, he's still up inside the top 5, but he's going to move to the bottom of the racetrack. Edward Bray, Jason Ayerson also going to go by on the outside. John Wimbish, Lee Staples, Justin Gann round out your top 10 as we continue it around the track. Lap number 81 out of the 116 scheduled in the official race distance. Do want to run down through a little bit of house cleaning while we have a quick opportunity. 25 drivers took to tonight's starting grid. We have still got 20 drivers out there on the race track. 13 drivers left on the lead lap. Brendan Fries in the 14 machine, first car off of the lead lap. His Ford Mustang with some trouble, slowly but surely trying to work his way back onto the lead lap, was running just outside the top 5, had the green flag pit cycle and got caught out on the track underneath that latest caution. Back at the front of the field, Tommy Haynes has been fast and has been hunting the lead, and he has finally taken that away. Haynes making the pass on lap 81, taking over the race lead. Furnace gonna fall back to the 2nd spot. Jonathan Cogswell up inside the podium spot, and what a run from Cogswell, up 20 spots from where he started tonight's Ocean Breeze 116. And oh my goodness, Furnace almost into that outside wall as he made his way off of turn number 4. Very close quarters right there. You gotta be careful flirting with the wall, especially that late on the corner exit. Furnace still continuing to run that higher exit. We'll have to see if that comes back to haunt him a little bit later. Jonathan Cogswell right here in the 27 machine, as I was saying, up 20 spots from where he started tonight. So he is your biggest mover of the race. Mike Franklin just behind him, up 13 spots. Do want to give this man right here on screen, Edward Bray, a big-time shout-out driver in that 66 machine, up 14 spots from where he started tonight's race as well. So a good night here at Miami Homestead Speedway for the Ocean Breeze 116 in the RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series. Back towards the front of the field, Mike Franklin, he's got company. Back inside the top 5 in field, better be on notice. The fast Cheerwine 56 Ford Mustang, piloted by John Wimbish, is making his way through the field. As we have had quite a few battles, we've got another battle for the race lead. John Furnace, he's looking to take that spot back. He's going to go back to the point of the race, and oh, Haynes has to give the spot to the 27. And don't look now, race fans, but John Wimbish has closed in. Starting in the 10th position on that latest restart, back around lap number 77. He has absolutely set sail, and he is making short work of the field. Now back inside the podium spots, John Wimbish up into 3rd. And I tell you what, race fans, haven't done it yet all night, so why don't we mute the mics for just a brief moment, head down trackside for a little bit of Turn It Up. Lee Staples, Edward Bray to pit road that time by. Not sure, looking like it was a scheduled pit stop. So I'm wondering how much fuel these drivers are going to be able to save. How long are they going to be able to stay out before they have to come back to pit road? On board now with the driver of that 30 machine Toyota Supra being piloted by Justin Gann. Gann running in the 7th spot. Will jump outside of the car once again because there's a battle just behind him. Jim Ott, Casey Duncan, Michael Mueller, all right there packed up with each other. 25 laps remaining here tonight in the Ocean Breeze 116 for Swift Motorsports RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series, working their way back off of turn number 4. John Furness continues to lead the race, 0.2 of a second advantage over John Wimbish. Wimbish doing away with Haynes and setting sail. We've got a 2-car breakaway back at the front of the field, and once again it is Furness and Wimbish, but now running order flip-flop. Wimbish is the driver that's got to make the pass. Can he get the job done? And when will these drivers head back down to pit road? Will they get tires? Will it be a splash and go? We'll have to wait to find out. 23 laps now remaining out of the 116 scheduled in the official race distance here tonight in the Ocean Breeze 116 from Miami Homestead Speedway. Do want to thank each and every one of you viewers out there for tuning in tonight. If you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Back across the stripe once again, clicking off yet another lap. Hot in pursuit is Wimbish. Furness trying to do all he can to keep Wimbish right back behind him. And Wimbish, man, he has been on a tear. He has got a very fast Ford Mustang here tonight underneath the lights at Miami Homestead Speedway, closing in on the final 20 laps. Gonna look through the timing and scoring here, see what battles we can bring you in. Wimbish to pit road. He's going to okey doke Furness. He's going to pull off, do what they don't. And Wimbish to pit road for his final stop. We'll keep an eye on him on pit road, see how it all shakes out for him. Race leader continuing on the track. John Furness continues to put down quick times after quick times. Tommy Haynes back there running in the 2nd spot. Jason Ayerson right there back into the podium spots. After knocking on the door very early in the race, knocked on the door of the top 3 spots there for a moment. Fell outside of the top 5 and has worked hard to get himself back up inside these podium spots. Still running hard, still a very long way to go. 20 laps remaining as the field continues around the track. Gann, Mueller, Kahn, all to pit road that time by. Here comes Jonathan Cogwell as well as Jason Ayerson. Ayerson on to pit road. Look at that drag race down pit road. Drag racing down pit road to see who can get the most out of the machines. Will rejoin the race with your race leader driver of that 28 Havoline Chevy Camaro. John Furness continues to stay out on track, not coming to pit road just yet. As Cogswell, Harrison, and Duncan all make their way off of pit road. Will anybody else come this time by? Doesn't look like anybody else coming by. And with this last round of green flag pit stops, we are down to just 4 drivers left on the lead lap onto pit road. That time by is Bob Deuce. Deuce with a solid run, quiet run here tonight, up 7 spots from where He started tonight's race, and Jonathan Cogswell up 18 spots so far. So Cogswell takes over the biggest mover right now. We'll have to wait and check in on that once again here in just the next handful of laps. How long will your race leader stay out last onto pit road on lap number 76? And it looks like he may be looking to come this time. No, he's going to stay out yet another lap. Watching this battle back through the field as Gann tries to make his way by a few of the back markers, and Gann looks like he has had some trouble. Looks a little bit slow there for a moment. Maybe it was just my eyes. Great battles once again all over this track after many different strategies. We've got some no tires, we've got some 2 tires, we've got 4 tires for multiple drivers here on this final, or what may be the final pit stop of the race. It is for sure the final green flag pit stop of the race for these drivers, as Ayrton looks to make his way by Fry. Staples just off in the distance. Now your top 2 drivers still on track, still putting down these laps. I am not sure how much longer they can stay out. They have got to be close to running out of fuel. Just 14 laps to go out of the 116 scheduled in tonight's official race distance, and we continue green flag racing after our last caution flag coming out at about lap number 75 or so. 4 cautions so far here tonight. Now John Wimbish, he makes his way back onto the lead lap, and that may spell trouble for multiple drivers, because Furness, Haynes, Franklin, Ott, all yet to come to pit road for the final time, and they are giving up a ton of time right now. There you can see Wimbish trying to make up all the ground that he can. Jonathan Cogwell right 1.3 seconds behind him. Justin Gann made up a ton of ground with that undercut as well, slotting in the 7th position as they run on track, just 2 seconds behind John Wimbish. $12 laps remaining for the man on screen to try to run down Furness, Haynes, Franklin, and Ott. Those top 4 drivers, they've all still got a pit. But will we see another caution flag fly? Will it catch out multiple more drivers, as a caution flag already did tonight? And with that being said, closing in on the 10 to go, this time by will run down your top 10 as they are on the track. Man on the screen right there in the 28 Valvoline Chevy Camaro, your race leader, John Furness. Driver running in the 2nd spot on the track, 17 Toyota Supra, being piloted by Tommy Haynes. Just behind them, running in the 3rd position, still yet to make his final green flag pit stop, the 82 of Mike Franklin. Driver running in the 4th position, there you can see him in that baby blue machine. Driver out of Jackson Pure Ink Auto Owners Stable, fresh out of Michigan, the 4 of Jim Ott. First driver on the track that has made his green flag pit stop, the driver sitting in the 5th position, the 56 of John Wimbish. Jonathan Cogswell in the 27, sliding in the 6th position. Justin Gann right there, running in the 7th spot from 4X Racing. Sponsored by RB Rigs, Custom Rigs. Gann looking to make up a ton of ground. Ken, the Virginia Beach native, bring it home in that 30 Toyota Supra. We'll have to continue to watch the laps click off. Driver running in the 8th spot. There you can see him, the 44 out of JB Motorsports. Jason Ayerson. KC Duncan inside the top 10 right there, running in the 9th spot. Edward Bray just behind him in the 66 machine. He's got his Chevy Camaro looking pretty sporty as well, looking to capitalize on a good finish. Back up front there with your race leader. Can he stretch this thing out? It is going to be something close. Oh my goodness, if he can stretch this thing that far, that is going to be unheard of. That is going to be about a 40-lap run on the fuel cell. Last on the pit road, your race leader, lap 76. And if he can pull this off, it's going to be 40 laps on that fuel cell, and we have not seen anybody able to take it 40 laps so far here tonight. So we'll wait to see how she goes here for the driver inside that 28 Havoline Chevy Camaro. Makes his way around the track, back down the front stretch once again. High five from the flagman. 5 to go here in the Ocean Breeze 116 for the RB Rigs Custom Computers Xfinity Series. Brought to you by Swift Motorsports. Continuing to watch your race leader. Continuing to watch some other drivers on a track. Haynes and Franklin still out on track, yet to come to pit road. And now Furnace gonna pull off with just 4 laps to go. Oh, that is a heartbreak for that 28 crew for sure. And it looks like the 17 may be saving fuel as well. He is gonna stay out. And I tell you what, race fans, we're gonna go ahead and cheat. We'll see if he is saving gas. Onboard camera, and there you can see clutching. You can hear that engine turned off, RPM turned off. He'll reach over, click the on button, and fire this thing back up. Work down the back stretch. Just 3.5 laps remaining. Now for your race leader, Tommy Haynes, as he pushes in the clutch, shuts the car off once again and coasts around almost the entire turn 3 and 4, back to the gas as easy as he can be. And he has got to be careful because there's a driver that is closing the distance just behind him. Just 2.8 second advantage over Mike Franklin running in that 2nd spot. But Franklin's not the one I would be worried about. Just a handful of seconds back from your race leader running in the 3rd spot. John Wimbish is closing that gap. Look at that time. Look at the deficit just disappear. 5-second advantage when he crossed the line and got the popsicle sticks. Can Tommy Haynes make it another 2 laps, dropping to the bottom of the racetrack? The 7 machine gonna make his way by, put himself back onto the lead lap as Haynes, he has made his bed. This is his hand, and he is gonna try to play it on out. Can he get the job done here tonight in the Ocean Breeze 116 off of turn 4? White flag flies. Final lap here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Does Haynes have enough to make it back around the track one more time? Very slow through 1 and 2. John Wimbish is up into the 2nd spot now as Mike Franklin had to come to pit road and through 3 for the last time. Can Haynes make it to the line? Off of turn number 4, checkered flag in the air. Wimbish not gonna get there. Your race leader, your winner, Tommy Haynes. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That was absolutely an amazing job out of that 17 of Haynes, able to stretch the fuel cell that far. 40 laps. Does he have anything in that tank to celebrate? If he does, they're going to have to check the roll cage and things of that nature to see if he's got some extra fuel line, because, man, I did not think he was going to make it. Nobody else thought they were going to make it, but the gamble pays off. Another first-time winner this season for the RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series drivers in Swift Motorsports. We've now got 2 race winners in 2 races, enjoying the celebration down on the track. Driver of that 17 machine enjoying his time. Enjoy the race win, my friend. We're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, get things ready, and set up for your post-race interview, so don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Back trackside as promised here at Homestead Miami Speedway. We'll see if we can't catch in a few words with some of the drivers finishing in those podium positions here tonight. And let's see if we can't catch in a few words with a good friend of mine, driver of that number 30 machine, Justin Gann. How you doing? How you feeling after a great run here in Miami?
Glad to put it in a podium after almost ruining my race on lap 2 or 1.
Yeah, well, I wasn't gonna bring it up. I was just gonna skim over that page and keep it on moving. But you brought it up. What happened?
Just them fresh tires, man. The cars are getting real loose, and I'm actually messing around with different steering ratios, and so I'm not driving the way I normally do. But I started getting used to it throughout the run, and it felt good. So hopefully practice makes perfect.
Well, hopefully you can continue this streak now that it's begun. First podium finish for you this season. Do you think this is going to let you carry any momentum, even though we're going to quite a bit of a different track? Next week we head to Texas, a lot smaller, a lot more banked. Do you think you can carry the momentum from here to there?
Oh yeah, I love Texas. That's a fun track, and actually Homestead's one of my best tracks that I run at, and I was hoping to get a win here tonight, but I guess we'll have to wait till next week to get it in the winner's circle.
All right, my man. Well, once again, congratulations on a great run. Congratulations to the team on a great run all week long so far. 4X Racing has been pounding out some podiums, so heck of a job to all you guys back there at the shop. Before we let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that car?
Oh yeah, I got to thank RIGS for sponsoring the Toyota tonight. I got to thank 4X for all the hard work they put in and day out, getting better and making each other better. I got to thank the administration at SwiftMotorSports for everything that they do behind the scenes, and thank you up in the booth, Dave.
All right, my man. Well, once again, congratulations on a great run, and we'll try to catch up with you down there doing a Texas two-step. What do you say?
It's gonna get done.
All right, my man. Well, we'll catch you then next week.
Alrighty.
There you go. Final few parting words from the driver walking away in the third position here tonight. Driver inside that RB RIGS Toyota Supra, Justin Gann. Now we'll see if we can't catch in a word or two with the driver that walked away in the second position here tonight for the second time in a row this season. John Wimbish, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, buddy, I got you.
Hey, bud, how you doing? How you feeling? Another solid run, but just coming up ever so short.
I practiced a lot and kind of knew what the fuel strategy was going to be, or what the laps were going to come down to. So I thought I had it right there, and that everybody was going to have to pit. And I saw the other guys pit, and so I was pretty excited about it. And then I saw Tommy stay out, so I got more excited about it because Tommy, he's like my brother, man. We don't live too far apart. We see each other, talk every day, and I know Tommy's been really terrible at saving fuel before, so I really thought he was going to run out, but leave it to him to figure out how to do it for once.
I hear you, my man. Well, the paint scheme looked beautiful out there tonight. A lot of people may not know of Cheer Wine, a pretty exclusive Southern drink. So I, for one, love it. Appreciate you running that paint scheme. Do you think running second 2 weeks in a row, do you think that gets you prepared for that final first race win? Do you think you and that 56 crew can get the job done when we head to Texas next week?
I know we can. You got to put the time in, man. You get in or get out of it what you put into it. And did a lot of practice and had my fuel strategy down there, but I just didn't think anybody was going to have to come down to that. But then we had those cautions, so that didn't help. So that kind of changed things up. So, some things you can plan for, some things you can't. And stay within my window, ran my race, and yeah, I run the Cheerwine scheme all on my own. It's my favorite drink. I have it every day. As you said, it's a Southern thing, but the good news is they deliver it right to your door if you go to their website. So, a little shameless plug there for Cheerwine, just for free.
Right? I want a case for free myself now. No, I'm just kidding, my man. John, it's been a heck of a start to the season for you. As I already said, 2 second-place finishes, good, solid, consistent run so far. So before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of the car?
Yeah, and just thank everybody here at the league. I think we did a great job. You know, we expected some cautions here and there because things are a little different here, but look forward to next week. That's another good track. I think we'll put on a heck of a show there. And appreciate you being here, putting it out for us, and you know, gets awareness out for the league and for iRacing in general. So we appreciate all that they do to put the work in on this sim, and everybody that runs things here, Don and Andy and all the guys here. It's just a team effort to make all this happen, and we appreciate it.
All right, my man. Well, we'll look to catch up with you next week at Texas.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from the driver walking away in the second spot for the second time this season, the 56 of John Wimbish. Now we'll see if we can't catch in a few words with the driver that saved like nobody thought they could. Man, oh man, what a job, Tommy. Heck of a job. You got a copy?
I got you, Daddy.
Hey, man, I know you got to be cracking one of them cold ones in Victory Lane right now. Anheuser-Busch right there, Budweiser on the car. Heck of a job. Did you think you were going to make it? Let's be honest. Did you think you could stretch it 40 laps on that tank of fuel?
Gonna be close. And when I passed the 28 there at the beginning of that run, I seen him backing up a little bit, and I said, well, I better slow up some too. And then him and John got by me, and then I seen the dude in fourth was way back there, so I just started saving. And then with about 20 to go, I started clutching and turning it off, and that's what got me the win right there.
Well, man, we did jump on board with you in those final few laps. I had to cheat for the race fans out there. I just had to know how you were getting it done. And you were cutting it off. You were coasting, just like you said, clutching it. You did probably the best job of saving fuel I have seen in a very long time. Very well-deserved win. Do you think a fuel mileage win is any different from any other win?
I'd soon to race people for the win. It's almost, I don't know. It's a win. I'll say it's a win. I'll take it as a win, but I'd rather be racing somebody for the win instead of slowing way down and try to save fuel.
Well, man, I'll be one of the first to admit it. I've got a few fuel race wins, and it's pretty tough, man. You got to be pretty slick about it. So it takes a lot of talent to stretch enough fuel, especially a 40-lap run. Man, again, congratulations. Heck of a job.
And honestly, I'm not good at saving fuel. Actually, I've tried to clutch it and turn it off in other races, and I would always do it like in the corners, and I about wreck myself. So I figured, I talked to some people, and they told me what I need to do, and it worked out tonight where I could try it, and I figured out how to do it now. So I think I'll be good next time when it's a fuel mileage race.
Yeah, well, the field in the league better be put on notice because Haynes' days of not being able to save fuel, they are over with, my man. You have done a fantastic job all race long. Congratulations on the race win. Before we let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on that car?
I'd like to thank Anheuser-Busch, Budweiser Zero. Like to thank Justin for putting the league on. He does a heck of a job. You for broadcasting. John, everybody in the whole league here. Me and Wimbush, we don't live but like 10 minutes apart, so we see each other about every day. So it's always fun racing with John. He's a heck of a race car driver, and really everybody in this league is good. I mean, really, we don't have many cautions. Everybody races pretty clean, and it's pretty fun racing. It ought to be fun tomorrow night with the Cup car.
All right, my man. Well, we look forward to catching up with you later on in the week and maybe next week when we head down to Texas.
You never know. We'll see what happens. I had the 4-leaf clover tonight.
All right, there you have it. Few final parting words from your race winner. Able to stretch his fuel 40 laps here tonight. Driver inside that Budweiser Anheuser-Busch 17 machine, the Toyota Supra of Tommy Haynes, getting the job done here tonight. And man, oh man, race fans, what a night it was. We seen a handful of caution flags, as could be expected when drivers are that close racing. Heck of a run out there by multiple drivers. Wimbish able to walk away with the second place yet again. And Justin Gann able to make up some points here, walking away in a podium spot. So multiple drivers out there improving their points standings, leaving the track here tonight, and they get set to ship their Xfinity Series cars all the way down to Texas. We're going to be down at Texas. Sorry, I had one of my moments. Going to be down at Texas for another 116-lap race. Who will be able to do the Texas two-step and dance their way into victory lane? We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait to find out. Until next week, and once again, race fans, do want to say I appreciate each and every one of you joining us here tonight. If you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Man, oh man, as we watch your race winner relive his celebrations, looks like producers hitting the buttons in the background, ready to give you your unofficial race results for tonight's Ocean Breeze 116 and RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series. Walking away with the race win, the 17 of Tommy Haynes. John Wimbish gonna finish in the second spot. Justin Gann walking away in third. Fourth place goes to John Furness. Jonathan Cogwell gonna walk away in fifth. Jason Ayerson gonna finish in the sixth spot. The driver in the 19 machine, KC Duncan, walking away in seventh. Slotting home in eighth, Terry Kahn. Michael Mueller in the 51 gonna finish in ninth, and rounding out your top 10, the 66 of Edward Bray. The 4 of Jim Ott with a solid run, falling short of that top 10, gonna finish in the 11th spot. Lee Staples brings his 5 home in the 12th spot. Brandon Fry's in the 14 machine, first car down 1 lap, finishing in 13th. 14th spot goes to Mike Franklin. David Cameron gonna bring his 10 machine home in 15th. Brian Jablowski right there in 16th. 17 goes to Andrew Mraz. Bob Deuce gonna slot his 2 home in the 18th position. 19th to Matthew Highmore. David Camara right there in 20th. Stephen Ayers Jr., after early trouble here tonight, finishes the race in the 21st spot. Nick Hunt brings his 00 home in the 22nd spot. Gary Wells in 23rd. 24th goes to Nigel Christensen, and want to give another big shout out, tip of the hat to race control and admin out there tonight. Don Kidder, Andrew Ruiz finishing in the 25th position. Heck of a job by all the drivers out there on track. Another great race in the books here for Swift Motorsports. You were watching the RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. If you haven't already, race fans, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell, let them know you appreciate and love the great racing action they give to you week in and week out. It's a brand new year, it's a brand new day, still some of the same problems, but we're going to move right on through them, so stay safe, stay loved. Until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.